Hello, dear students. The topic that we are going to discuss is about key issues and solutions involved in the field of operations. Okay, so that is why challenges in operations management we're going to discuss now. Right. So before that, basic contents like supply chain management challenges, process efficiency issues, and then quality control challenges. All these things put together, we are going to discuss in today's session. So supply chain management challenges. So first thing is demand forecasting. See, predicting future is actually very difficult, very toughest part, right? So what happens in the future and demand, how to demand about the goods and services, okay, whether demand is going to increase or else decrease, predicting all these things. It is difficult, right? So that is the demand forecasting thing. So inaccurate projections. Okay, so inaccurate projections in the sense where the problem involved here is it leads to excess inventory or else stockouts. So either excess inventories, that is too much of inventories, okay, so dumping into the warehouse or else stockouts. You're not having enough materials or else products to sell. Okay, so where both the things it affects the profitability and customer satisfaction. Okay, since you cannot able to properly match both this demand and supply. Next is market volatility. Market volatility in the sense like it again causes fluctuations in demand patterns, when it is going to increase, when it is going to decrease. Okay, it is actually difficult for business, all the businesses. Okay, so to predict or to forecast in an accurate way, and then running the business in a smooth operations, it's a difficult thing. And next is supplier relationship management. That is also the next challenge. Okay, how that smooth relationship between the manufacturer and supplier. So dependence on single supplier is again an issue. So you're just simply depending on one single supplier. Okay. So where it literally increases risk. Okay. And some kind of disruption from that supplier, any problem, because you're just completely dependent on that one and only person, one and only supplier. So no other go. So many risks that you need to face. Okay. And next is communication barriers between supplier and manufacturer also leads to some misunderstandings. Misunderstandings in the sense delays, inefficiencies. All these things will happen, right? So all these things affect the overall supply chain performance. So process efficiency issue in the sense workflow optimization. Workflow. Okay. How that production process is actually, what are all the challenges happening inside? Okay, during production. First one is bottlenecks in production. Yes, bottlenecks in production in the sense slow down process. So bottlenecks is what happening means causing delays and inefficiencies. Okay. So between or below 10 days, you have to complete your production. The process is exceeding for 20 days. Process is getting slowed down. Okay. So that is the bottlenecks where you need to identify the bottleneck, the gap where it is what lagging. Okay. And next is what resource allocation problems in the sense underutilization or overutilization. Both the things are biggest issue. Okay, so it should not be underutilized, it should not be overutilized. Okay, so proper management in an optimized way, that is very important thing. And coming to the next, technology integration, how to integrate with the technology manufacturing area, the or else this operations field with in technology. So legacy system challenges, technology integration, there are newer technologies, so many newer technologies. Okay, without upgrading, so without adapting to that new technologies, so sustaining in the business field, so that is a very big question mark, right? So addressing these challenges is essential for leveraging modern solutions, at least in future. So resistance to change, so change in the sense adoption of new technologies, new processes. Okay, so following the same traditional method, and now again and again I want to do the same production methodology, but in today's modern world that is practically not possible. Okay, so that is actually called as resistance to change. So quality control challenges, so product quality assurance, inconsistent standards, and then defect rates. Inconsistent. So you should measure the proper, quality, proper standard. This is what our product. Okay, this is our standard. And next is defect rate. Defect rate is what, how you are measuring where all the defects identified, and you should rectify it, right? Again, all these things, if you are lagging, it leads to, decrease the customer satisfaction. If customer is not satisfied, you cannot get profit, right? So compliance with regulations, from with industry standards, with the new laws, whatever, all these things you should adopt, right? So industry standards, this is what the norms, which is what provided by the government. Yes, you have to follow for safety, for reliability, for efficiency of products. New laws, whatever new laws, which is what implemented by the government, by the political field, political people. Again, obeying all the compliances, all the laws. So in case to avoid all the penalties. So this is all about the challenges involved in the operations field. Thank you all.